Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Scrub Club Podcast. That one white guy here, and I'm with
NightriderTwin,
MrPaladinBoss,
Zurto,
and Demnex!
No one asked you.
I'm still here. I'm just playing Call of Duty.
You suck!
You suck.
You're not even in the podcast!
You're not in the podcast.
No!
and you died.
Alright, let's
I gotta pay back.
focus.
I gotta pay back. It's all good. Okay, what's up? What's up, guys? Ready to go.
We're back, and we're here to talk about some more, of the upcoming games that were upcoming, I guess I should say, but now are out, and we've played most of them. And we're actually going to lead off with one of our favorite games, and that would be The Binding of Isaac.
I'm so good at
It's
it.
not my favorite, but
Alright, you shut your mouth. It's a good game.
Okay.
Alright.
I will give it a try.
Yeah, that's right. You'll give it a try.
I'll give it a try.
And so, basically, if you didn't know about it, Ed McMillan created Binding of Isaac, I want to say 2009. So it was quite a long time ago, but when the game came out, I want to say he produced it into a game where it couldn't really update itself because there was too much memory to it. What they did is they decided just to remake it into a different setting. And so now it's free to be updated, and it actually seems a lot better now. And one problem that I thought I was going to have with the game was going to be the
downgrade the
of
graphics.
Yeah, the graphics. And I thought
we were all really skeptical about that.
Yeah.
But it turns out that didn't hinder it at all. I think it made it so much better. It makes the game a lot smoother as well.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And
like, even graphically wise, it's only noticeable on a console. Which actually, if you're a PlayStation Plus user, you get it for free. Which is, I had no idea. And
That was
huge
actually
and I
pretty
spent all
sweet.
this money on it, and I'm sad.
Buy a fucking PS4 then.
Yeah, here, let me
You only
waste
get spend like
PS4 is the master
400
race.
PS4. What is PC? They've actually introduced a lot of new items, and some of our favorite items, or for me at least, I would say would be Monstro's Lungs, which basically makes it so you can fire out a huge chunk of bullets, exactly like Monstro does. And so now I just feel like it makes the game so much stronger, and since damage can stack with it, like Polyphemus and all that stuff, it just makes it so much more powerful. And what are your guys' favorite items?
I've always liked the classic items, like Brimstone and stuff that... Oh, the Death Scythe thing, was that in the
Yeah,
first game?
that's new.
Oh yeah, the Death Scythes, max damage, and your, tears go through objects.
Your tears turn into scythes, like death scythes, and they penetrate through enemies. It's actually really sweet. It's
He's like, about to make a penetration joke. And that nigga's sniping! Motherfucker! Where are you?
anyways,
Snipers suck in
Joey,
this game.
stop!
Sorry.
Shut
I'm
up,
going so hard right now!
Joey. What was your favorite item so far?
I would have to say, like, in the original, my favorite had to have been Dr. Fetus, just because as soon as you got it, it was GG.
And what about new items?
I haven't actually gotten a chance to play Rebirth a whole lot.
Your brother plays it a lot.
Yeah, he plays it all the time. Like, every time he comes home from school, he's like, Joey, computer, let me play. And then he beats it like 50 times.
Well, I like the Astral Signs,
Oh yeah, they added that.
and I want to say
They're
Leo.
always really nice.
The Leo is one where you can actually stomp through rocks.
No,
No,
That's
that's
not
Leo.
Leo.
Yeah, it is.
it is?
Yeah, because you get the lion mask on, and that's what happens. I think that's probably one of my favorite for those because it allows you to get like soul hearts and allows you to get to different areas that you really couldn't unless you wanted to waste a bomb. So I thought that was pretty cool. So, I mean, there's not really much else for us to talk about. I mean, there's so much new stuff in there, but we haven't got to it just yet. I know that there is some new bosses like Mega Satan, which supposedly is extremely hard. I haven't played him myself, but I've watched people play him, and it's ridiculous.
This game sounds really weird.
You're really weird.
The one thing about the
does.
game, what was it? Oh yeah, they made Mom's heart like so much harder.
Yes, that was awesome. They actually made it so it's a challenge,
Yeah.
and it makes it so, I mean, it's not like 1 to 2 times you play through it, you die, and then you learn. This actually requires some type of skill in order to get through it,
Yeah.
which I thought was pretty sweet. So, I mean, we could spend like 20 minutes just talking about the new items that we found, but I think we'll just save some of that stuff for a later podcast. Instead, we'll just go to our next item, which is Rise, Son of Rome, which I have never played it. I haven't even seen it, so I have absolutely no idea. but
I've put in a few hours
he,
on it.
he is going to talk mostly about it because he knows the most about it. So go ahead.
Okay, so Rise Son of Rome originally came out for Xbox One. It was an exclusive for a while. And I was kind of bummed about that, because I'm like, I don't want to spend, like, so much money getting an Xbox One.
Yeah, when you already have a PS4.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
What?
I'm just saying.
What?
We got it already before, like...
You
I
sounded
know, I'm
like-
just saying, I'm
you
agreeing with you. What the fuck?
You just like got so defensive over
What?
nothing. He's just like, yeah, I totally
All
understand
I'm-
you, and then he's like,
Okay,
yeah,
fuck
I'm
you.
sorry.
I'm just trying to be sympathetic, and then you're being all abrasive to me, and I'm just like, what?
Sucks, it sucks.
Just continue.
Okay, anyways,
Piece of shit.
Okay, so originally it was an Xbox One exclusive. I was bummed about it. God damn it, I can't even fucking do this because you're laughing.
You're
like-
fine, just keep going, just
Okay.
keep going.
Well, so much for PG.
So it came out for Xbox One and for like a few months, and then recently it just came out for PC, which I was super pumped for it.
Well, a lot of the name, like the brands that are exclusive, they tend to go to PC regardless.
Well, they're
like,
exclusive like for a certain time.
yeah, for the first portion of when they're out, but then they go to like PC, which of course Master Race.
Because either like Microsoft or Sony, they buy it for like a certain amount of time to be exclusive,
Yeah.
which is kind of dumb because
Well, it makes sense. It's for money.
yeah,
Like,
I mean some titles I understand why they're exclusive, but the new Tomb Raider that I heard is coming out, that's it's exclusive for a certain amount of time.
They're making a new one?
Is it a
Yeah.
new game or a reboot?
It's a new game.
Okay, because they rebooted that game like 6 times.
You mean like
Yeah,
how they
that kinda
rebooted
pissed
Super
me
Mario
off,
Bros. Like 7?
Too.
Yeah.
But anyways, Rise Son of Rome, you play as Marius, a top general, I think, in
a very important person.
yeah, basically. What happens is the Emperor Nero, he assassinated your father, but he had some other people.
So, is this based on a lot of the actual?
Yeah, it's based
Stuff.
on
Yeah.
a lot of the actual events that
Nero
happened.
was batshit crazy.
Well, I mean, I know, I understand the names, but I don't know like the storyline.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
Although Nero was an emperor during the time the Colosseum was
Yeah,
built.
that kind of bothered me too.
There's
Cause,
a lot of inconsistencies.
yeah,
I mean, there's always
The
going to be
Colosseum was built
inconsistencies.
after Nero was emperor,
It was the
But
emperor
those are just
after
little
him.
things. Those are
Yeah.
just little things.
Yeah.
it still bothered me
All right,
a lot.
let's start into the gameplay.
Gameplay wise, it's honestly the best, like mechanically. It's
like,
it's not clunky.
What kind of style is it? Is it like God of War? Is it like
Um,
a fighting game?
it's, I don't know how to describe it.
It's like almost it's like real-time turn-based.
Yeah,
Real time turn based. All right.
Where like, things are happening real-time, but they slow down as they need to.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And you have different execution styles you can do.
so like God of War.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, it is a lot like
Yeah.
God of War.
Yeah, that's
Now that
that's
I'm
what
really
I thought.
thinking about it, but the camera view is like different.
Yeah, that I mean,
It's
obviously
like
there's going to be
it's a
differences in the game.
third-person view, but it's not from like over the shoulder. It's like a little bit back, so you can see the entire body of your character.
yeah.
So I guess it's sort of like God of War.
Because I don't really want to go into like spoiling the game.
Yeah,
That's one of the things I try and stay away from.
yeah.
So how about like the overview of it? So like how the game,
Graphics,
how the
game
game,
flow, difficulty.
what he said.
Yeah.
The game, like the flow of the game, is fast-paced in some areas.
Is it consistent?
Yeah, it's consistent.
Okay.
It keeps you on your edge of your seat while you're playing it. And what was the other thing?
Graphics.
Graphic.
It looks good from what I
Oh,
see.
it's beautiful. I
I haven't
have to
seen
say.
anything about it, so I have no idea.
I mean, I could boot it up real fast and show you. I mean, if you, that'll
That's
be
for another
later.
day.
Yeah,
another
I would
day.
say another day. There was one other thing. How you like it, like the storyline and stuff.
Story. Let's see. Storyline. I thought it was a very good story.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I personally like the Roman era of things, so when this game came out,
Well, it's a good change. It's a really
Yeah.
good change. Like when you have like all this new advanced, like futuristic
Advanced
stuff.
warfare.
Yeah, the new advanced stuff,
Ooh, that's exciting.
and then you go back, and it's all the way into like
It's
ancient
something
history.
different.
Swords
yeah.
and shields
In the new
and
Yeah,
bows and arrows.
it's different, which I think is really cool. So, anything else you want to add?
I definitely recommend it. It's one of the best games I've played.
The one gripe that I had about it, and this is not just Rise in general, I've heard online that Rise has had some porting issues.
The porting thing, yeah.
In terms of, like, controller adjustment and, like, some frame rate issues.
I haven't really had any of those problems.
I'm sorry, I just punched a dude off a rooftop. I lost my train of thought. I just punched a dude in the back of the head. Okay. But,
Falcon Punch!
I've heard there are some porting issues, and, like, frame rate... Oh, wait, that's a friendly. Oops. Frame rate issues, and, from what I've seen you play, your computer's fairly powerful, so you're not really having problems.
Yeah.
But a lot of the Steam reviews have been saying that, there's problems with the controller, there's problems with, the frame rate, as in, it's supposed to be at 60, but it keeps dropping down to, like, 30 at times, like, at really important times when it's not supposed to happen.
There's been instances where
that's what every
my game does drop down in frames.
But that's with every PC game, though.
Yeah.
Like, there's always gonna be problems.
One game that I think is good, but because of the frame rates, like, dropping and everything, I can't play it anymore. Dead Rising 3.
Yeah, Dead Rising 3. That one's notorious.
God. I personally love the game, but because of the frame rates, I can't play it.
And the same thing with Evil Within. I've heard Evil Within, the letterboxes, like, it's a cool feature, but, like, if you want to play full screen, you just can't do it.
Which we've talked about that in the past, the Evil Within porting issues. So
a lot of the next gen games, like the porting problems, why is that a problem? Why?
I think it's the new technology.
Yeah,
but it starts off on PC anyways.
Well, I mean, that was the same argument from PS3 to Xbox. Like, well, I mean, there weren't as many issues, but they were still there.
Yeah. But now that PS4 and Xbox One games are coming to PC, and
you're
doing
thinking it shouldn't be a problem anymore because
it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we don't really understand why it's happening, but I mean, we might as well just go on to the next game.
Yeah.
So, and that next game, we're actually going to be talking about Borderlands the pre-sequel, which we've talked about a little bit in the past, but we actually haven't gone too in depth with it, just because we haven't played it yet. But I actually played it, I want to say, a couple days ago, and I beat the game all the way through and got all the way up to level 50, and it's a really, really good game. Like, it surprises me how well it is, just based on the fact that it's set into the past. Like, we already know what's going to happen, which I'll get into why I don't really like that later, but it changes the perspective of how you see, like, the main antagonist, Handsome Jack. And in this one, he's actually placed in as a hero. But then you see what changes throughout the storyline to make him go batshit cray.
Batshit cray.
So,
this history sucks.
The campaign is really nice, and I want to say the guns are good, but I want to say they kind of did the same thing. Like, the guns, I want to say how the guns looked were close to the same as in Borderlands 2. But it does make sense.
Between the games? Was it 2 years or 1 year?
I don't think it was
1 year.
I don't think it was that long.
Yeah, it was 1 year.
I don't even...
They waited 2 years between the two games.
Are you talking about in real time or in the game?
Real time.
Yeah, it was about a year.
Yeah, because they waited 2 years.
No, it was 2 years.
It was? Okay.
Yeah, because
I was gonna say that, like, from what we talked about, that, like, it could have been passable as a DLC.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And that's what we thought of at first.
What?
Yep. Spray pray!
I was tempted to say
it could have been passable as a DLC, and we were saying that, like, maybe...
But that was before the game came out.
Yeah.
But when you get to the game, it's actually a full-length campaign. And it's amazing on how they input all these little technical quests, and I will get into some problems I've had with the game in a bit, and I do really, really, really want to talk about it. But the game itself, I would say, is incredible. The graphics are good. The gameplay is good. The scaling is weird, to say the least.
Yeah, you said it was hard to get used to, but that's just, being a Borderlands fan for life.
Yeah. So I would say Borderlands. I don't want to say get it for $60. I would say wait until it drops down a little bit. I would say maybe 50, definitely 40. So it is worth getting at one point. But I'm gonna go into, like, the stuff that I didn't really care about, because there was a good chunk of stuff that really made me angry when it came down to it. And the first thing I want to talk about is the guns. They didn't really change the guns too much when it comes to, like, snipers, shotguns. They didn't really change the appearance too much. The laser weapons, I really, really enjoy. I think they were really well made and really well... It fits in to the scenarios. And even the storyline of the storyteller, it's really funny. And
well, I mean, Borderlands has always just been...
Yeah, it's always one of those games where it's just like small little quips and you just laugh through it.
They're always memorable. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Mm-hmm. Another problem I had with the game is that the scaling of the quests, once you get to a certain point in the game, if you've been doing no quests or minimal quests, it makes you do a lot of them. And since you're such a high level, the quests don't actually give you the equal amount to your level. It gives you the amount of when the quest was given. So if you don't do it in that certain amount of time, you get so much less EXP, and then it makes the rest of the game harder. And it's even worse in the New Game Plus, because in New Game Plus, the only way I could stay into the game was by doing every single side quest, and it got super tedious. But it didn't really take too much away from how the game felt. And that's what I really, really enjoy about it. Anyways, we're going to go to something different. We could go a little bit more in depth, but there's not too much we can talk about. There is some DLC coming out, I want to say, either today or the 13th. I don't really remember.
Beautiful.
So I guess what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the next game, which is Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I played a little bit of it. I'm way better than everybody here.
Cause we suck dick.
Whatever.
But I don't know too much about the campaign. But I'm going to let the twins go ahead and take over from here.
Alright, so what do you want to say about the campaign? You've played it... Actually, have I played it longer? Like, have I played more missions than you?
Doesn't really matter how long you played it. I just want to know.
The thing is, I haven't completed the campaign.
Well, I mean, it's not we're going to spoil the ending or anything.
I know, but...
the main character dies.
Everyone dies.
Everyone dies.
Hashtag Attack on
Okay,
Titan.
but anyways,
And I just unlocked the Titan.
Oh! It's a sign.
Titanfall.
God
God Okay,
That was beautiful.
but from what I've played of the campaign, I thought it was really good. It's kind of predictable, apparently. So it's like, the normal Call of Duty storylines, how they go.
Yeah, they're somewhat linear when it comes to the campaign.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's to be expected with a game such as Call of Duty when it's purely based off multiplayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although the story is interesting so far from what I've played.
Over context, like the overall, what's it about? Just give the most plain explanation you can think of.
You're a guy who shoots people.
Thanks, Joey.
God damn.
Thank you, Joey.
Thanks, Joey.
10 out of 10.
That basically is
Joey,
it.
shut your mouth. Continue.
Overall, the beginning of the game, it's it's a little interesting because North Korea, well, actually you're in South Korea, and you're basically fighting off North Korea. And that's kind of different. We haven't seen, too much of that. It's sort of a current event still.
Yeah.
In this day and age.
And there's...
Where
yeah.
North Korea is being a bunch of
asshole.
dicks.
Yeah.
And then South Korea is just like, what's up?
And we
have
want to...
titties.
We want to say more, but if we say too much, we don't we might spoil something that you guys want to, don't want to know
play
about.
it for yourself to get a better, feel.
Oh, what about the pricing?
Yeah,
is it
what do you
worth,
think about the cost?
Is the new, is it worth the price?
Again, well, not again. Pricing, I feel like all the new games shouldn't be priced at
Well, I mean,
$60
yeah, like
because
one of
it's a little
one of our friends, Kevin, thought that like no game should ever be $60.
and I agree with him on that.
But like when it comes to
But
the
how
hype,
much is this game worth? to
yeah,
you?
like
I
from
would,
the hype.
I would say about $30 to $40.
30, 40?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense because I mean it's just another generic Call of Duty game. No matter how much they change it, it's still gonna be
I could
a
see,
generic
like,
Call of Duty game.
I'm glad that a different developer though had
Yeah,
their hands on it.
Sledgehammer.
Yeah.
What was the last one they made? I don't remember.
They
Sledgehammer?
helped with.
Didn't they have one
Modern
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 Warfare 3?
Warfare 2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah,
Was it 3 or 2?
It was
It was
3.
3. It was 3.
It was Korea.
North Korea, what is going on? That guy just killed 8 people. Jesus.
What about the multiplayer?
Currently playing it right
'Cause-
now.
yes.
I'm
Besides
liking
him playing it right now,
it, and I died.
the basis of did they put too much emphasis on the multiplayer and just
Leave
kind
the
of
campaign to die.
yeah
2 words.
I should let Tyler
Doritos
talk because
do.
he
Yeah, that's
hasn't-
fine.
He hasn't said
Fucking
anything.
right.
Well, from what I saw from the trailers, they kind of just focused on, oh, it's so advanced.
yeah they
And they didn't even focus on one aspect of the game or another. They just focused like, oh yeah, advanced warfare.
purely
You saw clips from the single player, and then you saw stuff from the multiplayer, but
when
you
it
couldn't
comes
really tell because it was all mashed up.
yeah when it comes down to it, people are always still thinking of multiplayer.
Yeah, when you think of these kind of games.
And just as like a live commentary, I'm playing right now. I'm like level 20 something, so I'm a little ways into it.
You mean I'm level 20?
No, I'm level 20. I got you to level 20. You just got me killed, you piece of shit.
Good.
No, like, there's only 5 perks. 5 different types of perk per tier. That's really fucking bad. Like that,
Why?
because they're all so plain. There's, one that hides you from kill streaks, ones that hides you from other players, but those are in different tiers.
Well, I mean that makes sense. They've
There's,
been doing
the
that since Black
overkill.
Ops.
The thing is, like, it seems like they're progressively getting less imaginative for their kill streaks.
I like that. I prefer a game to be more simple. That's why I'm finding this game to be more attractive for me. This game does not have as much as what I thought it would have, and that just makes it
Really?
so much
Because
better
I
for
want
me.
more for my money. Like, that's kind of
What I want for my money is playability.
quality.
If I cannot play it because
with
there's
only,
so
like,
much
5
different stuff,
With only like 5,
yeah, but it doesn't make you keep trying to learn new stuff. It just gets you into the game. Like, you know what's going to happen, and then it just makes it easier for you to play the game.
I honestly
And I like that so much better.
Yeah, I totally understand this from, like, both sides. It's like, one side, if you keep adding more stuff, it's like, yeah, you get more for your money. On the other side, it's like, it focuses less on, like, all the pretty stuff around it and more on, like, the game itself.
I do like the fact that you're melee, you punch them. You literally punch them.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen that since, like, COD 3. That's... But, like, this, you actually, like, Falcon punch them.
I don't
But
really
yeah.
care for the grenade launcher on the wrist.
It honestly...
Well,
that's
it
exactly...
makes sense, though.
Yeah.
With the exosuit.
But,
yeah.
like, that's the thing, like, I want a lot of options for my money. Like, if I'm gonna spend, like, $40-$50, I'm debating on getting this for, PC. If I'm gonna spend $40 on it, I want a fucking, a lot of shit I can do with it. What the fuck is happening?
I don't-
What is going
Tear
on?
gas, okay.
Earthquake!
When it comes to me, I feel like the best Call of Duty games, which we've said it before, World at War and Modern Warfare 2.
Ooh.
There was not that much stuff into the game, but
Yeah.
it still made me want to
Actually,
play it
yeah.
over and over
I
and
wish they
over
would bring
again.
back
World at
gore.
War had
Like,
tanks.
World
I
at
missed
War
that.
had gore.
I hate tanks. You need to hurt yourself bad.
That sounded really dark.
Good.
But,
Like, you just hear, I'm just like, BRB, gonna go, like, grab a knife or
I do
something.
appreciate the customization. I do
The
love
customization,
Customization,
it did
yeah.
They've never been one to make characters.
good customizations like Black Ops, where you just see,
Dicks,
yeah, what were they called again?
avatars.
No, emblems.
No, yeah,
No,
emblems.
player
Emblems.
cards.
Where it's
Player
all
cards,
just
yeah,
like,
the player cards, where it's just like a bunch of dicks everywhere. I'm
Either
just
that
like,
or just titties.
Ass,
Dicks and
titties.
Jason titties.
that's really all it was, and then there'd be like,
yeah.
ass titties and then miscellaneous stuff.
When I saw this and just looking at it, it seems so simple that it's actually easy to play. And I really enjoy that about this. And I know Jordan prefers more for it, but I think it's perfect just the way it is. Because if you add too much, then you're giving away
I know they're
a lot of
planning
You're
on-
quality
sacrificing
towards it.
quality. Okay.
Yeah.
I
They're
can-
planning
I
on,
can't see that option.
releasing a DLC with like zombies or something like that.
Oh, really?
I mean, that's understandable. They've always
Because
had
they have,
something like that.
Sorry.
With the exo survival part of the game, there's different maps that you have to unlock, and the final map, like the last 10 rounds or so, you get to fight off zombies, and then like it basically cuts into this like little cutscene where you're escaping.
Where it's teasing.
Yeah, it's basically
So basically like World at War,
Oh, yeah.
where you ended the campaign and
then
then
it's like-
you're in the airfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty nice. I
Yeah.
really like that.
See, like, I remember when we were speculating on this a couple months ago, and I feel like it has delivered on a lot of things, but it's also sacrificed. It didn't deliver on some things, but it's worth at least playing, maybe red boxing.
Yeah.
But if you're...
Yep.
Oh, definitely red boxing, but if you want to buy it, only if you want to spend, you know, the $40 that you're probably going to end up spending on it, because it's not going to go below $40.
How much is it right now?
It's still $60.
Okay,
Even on
so
Steam, it's still $60.
so basically what we're getting at is wait a little bit and then I feel like it'll be much more worth it to buy it once it's cheaper. Just like Borderlands. And I guess yet again Call of Duty wins on the tangent. We always do that.
Well, because it's Call of Duty, like, it's
Been in
good.
our life for so long.
Yeah. Fanboys aside, it'll always be...
It'll still have a lot of meaning to us, whether or not we really like it or not, because it impacted our past so much.
Yeah.
And we'll always have something to say.
Yeah, we will.
Positive or negative.
Guaranteed. So, we're gonna actually move on to the next one, which I know Joey hasn't gotten too much screen time.
Yep.
But this is his time to shine.
Yay.
And we're actually gonna be talking about the new Pokemon game, Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. And nobody here besides me and Joey know anything about it,
I'm
cause
interested right now.
you are
Oh,
interested.
yeah.
I want to hear about
Yeah,
this.
Tyler's actually looking forward to this.
Okay. So basically what they're doing is they're remodeling the game into a more current setting, and I want to say the plots are still the same basis, but they're changing the way on how they're going through with it. So they're doing, like, if you saw the trailer for it, you see Latios, or Latios, and you're talking to another person. And, I mean, when the 3rd gen came out, there was nothing for that. I mean, we just knew that the Pokemon was there. Instead, they're actually trying to make it so the legendaries have more of an input in the game and easier to find. Which I like that. I really think that's awesome. Anyways, what we're going to talk about now is, I want to say, the new Megas?
Yeah, let's go with that. New Megas.
And then we can go back to the storyline.
Yeah.
But the new Megas, they're obviously 2 Ubers if you've played Showdown at all, or you watch any of the PokeTubers play Showdown live. You already know that Mega Salamence and Mega Slowbro are going straight to Ubers. What?
Mega Slowbro is going to...
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Reason because, Mega Slowbro, without any defensive EVs, has a base 180 defense.
What?
That's the same as regular Slowbro, or that's, I want to say regular Slowbro with max EVs, and the defensive nature is about 6 points shorter.
Wow.
So, what a lot of people are running with Slowbro is Crowbro, which if you know what Crocoon is, it's, Rest, Sleep Talk, Calm Mind, Scald. A lot of some people decide to go, the Calm Mind, Slack Offset. I mean, it's fine, but if you get Toxic, then you're kinda screwed. And then, obviously, his ability is Battle Armor, which means he cannot get crit.
What?
He cannot get crit.
Dude, he's a tank.
So, if you have a bunch of Calm Minds and the enemy player has a bunch of specials, he can't get crit to go past the boosts in defense, or special defense. So, that's why he's going to go Ubers. And then, Mega Salamence, obviously, with the new Aerial Aid ability, plus you have increased stats in both attack and speed, and then I want to say really well-rounded defensive EV or stats. 1 Dragon Dance and a sub, and you win, guaranteed. Unless there's a Focus Sash Pokemon, you will win. It's crazy. That's how powerful he is. And I want to say like the next tier, because I want to say there's like tiers like OU and stuff. Like Mega Beedrill. Mega Beedrill, I want to say is going to be OU. Because his base attack is 400 and his base speed, I want to say, is pretty much the same. And he gets adaptability as well, which makes it so your stab moves, which are, let's say you're a bug type, your bug move is going to be more powerful if you use it. And so, stab, that's now a multiplier of ×2 instead of 1.5, which makes him so freaking powerful. And I really like that about that. There's some other Pokemon, like Mega Steelix,
I didn't hear about Mega Steelix.
Yeah, Mega Steelix is just even more defensive.
Oh, great.
It's crazy. He's really, really bulky. I want to say he's much bulkier than Mega Slowbro.
Oh, dear.
But, I mean, he still has the chance to be crit, so. Who else is there? There's Mega Altaria, which wasn't as good as what I thought it would be.
Really?
Yeah. Because, the stats of Mega Altaria didn't really jump too high besides the defense. I mean, obviously all the stats were boosted, but there's not much else to it. There's some more that we don't really need to talk about. Cause if we ruin too much for you, then, unless you already know what's happening, we don't really want to keep going on about it. But, yes, that is hype for the new Mega Evos. The game itself, I want to say, looks spectacular. It looks really nice. Like, you can fly with your Mega Latios and Latios.
That looks really
like, you can
fun.
actually physically fly them around the world. It's not just press fly, go here. You're actually flying them.
I thought that was really cool addition, because,
Yeah.
like, it gives you even more of that, like, exploration aspect, which, like,
I find that amazing.
Yeah. And plus, just Hoenn is so, like, diverse.
It's 3rd gen. Everyone loves 3rd gen.
Exactly.
I mean, you got Blaziken, and then
Black,
you got...
Asian, Mexican.
You actually have a father,
Wow!
and he's a gym leader.
You have the, Mega Latios and Mega Latias, which are gonna be powerful. Mega Diancie. And I know I just said I wouldn't get too much into it, but I will give names, because the names are really, or the Pokemon they're giving them to are really nice. Besides that, I didn't play the demo, so I know absolutely nothing when it comes down to, like, the start of the game or anything like that.
Watched my brother play the demo, like, he got a demo code. I gotta see everything firsthand.
But I don't want to spoil it.
It's cool, I'll just say that.
Yeah.
Some parts made me cry because I heard remastered soundtracks, and it just brought back my childhood.
Which a lot of people don't care for, like...
Really?
The sound, yeah. A lot of people just prefer gameplay over, like, the sounds, or the music that's going on to it.
Well, like, the sound, it feels so good to, like, hear all that music that was just in the background while you were having fun as a kid, and then just hear it all, like, again, but, like, more modern.
Yeah.
Which I know, I can understand some people just not being too thrilled. It's like, oh yeah, it's just music. But, like, for me, video game music has always stuck with me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially with, 3rd gen. 3rd gen had a really unique style of soundtrack. Like, I can't exactly explain it, but, like...
Well, I mean, it's hard to compare the previous to...
Well, I mean, like, especially...
a new one.
Yeah, especially since, like, 3rd gen was when it jumped to, like, Game Boy Advance, so it was able to have, like, a better sounding soundtrack than, like, the
better
previous games.
Graphics and all that stuff.
Exactly.
It was a stepping stone, and we all appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we should probably move on, because Pokemon is so hype.
Hoenn!
Confirmed! And so instead, we're actually going to go to Assassin's Creed, which I know nothing about. I probably will barely chime in. And it's going back to the twins. So, you guys are up.
Okay. I'll let Tyler do his thing, because he actually knows a lot more about Assassin's Creed in, like, a whole than I do.
I've beaten a lot of the Assassin's Creed games in the series.
So,
but
how does the game start out? Like, what's the place and setting?
Wait, are we talking about the new one?
Yeah, the one that you
What,
guys... Well,
yeah,
the
yeah.
one that you guys were
We
just...
could also talk about it in,
Assassin's
like...
Creed Unity?
Unity, yes. We should specify that.
How it basically starts out, I really don't like how they're going with... They don't have, like, a definitive main character since Desmond.
Yeah.
But if that's how they're gonna do it, that's how they're gonna do it.
I mean, it's gonna be changes, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they try and keep something the same exact.
I didn't really
Then
see the
it
intro
might get
of
old.
the game because Tyler played it while I was on the toilet.
Well,
Sitting on
well
the
played.
toilet,
Well
talking
played.
about Assassin's Creed, sitting on
it
the
basically it starts out. Actually, it starts out. You're watching like a commercial for like this Helix system. Like it's a home entertainment system developed by the Templars.
By Abstergo and
Yeah, and you basically start like one mission in like the 1300s in France. Not like at the same time that Unity takes place. But then after a while, the assassins hack into the Helix servers, basically start you on your path to becoming an assassin.
Okay. I mean, I don't know too much about it, so I don't know how similar it is.
So basically, they're just taking a random person sitting on their couch, like, trying to have fun, and they're just like, hey, you want to be an assassin?
Hey, you're playing Assassin's
Basically.
Creed? Come be the Assassin's Creed.
Be the Assassin's Creed.
Basically.
I want you to join the Brotherhood.
So far from like the main point when you start playing as Arno, the main assassin.
Yeah.
I just got to the part where he actually gets inducted into the Brotherhood.
wait, what?
Okay.
Like he's actually in the Brotherhood now.
Alright, we don't want to go too
Yeah,
much into
but-
it.
You're spoiling it for me now.
We will get...
This
piece of
podcast
shit.
is going lovely.
I'm just saying he gets in the Brotherhood, and that's where I got to.
Okay.
I
When
didn't
it
get that far.
comes to the settings, do you know where it's at? Like the different even if it's multiple places, like where...
It's mainly in 18th century to like it's late 18th century to early 19th century France during the French Revolution.
Alright. I mean, we might as well go to... I mean, do you like the game? Obviously.
I like it. I really do like
Compared to the others, would you say
it.
it's better or worse?
Honestly, I didn't care too much for Black Flag.
The pirate one,
Yeah,
obviously.
I didn't care for that one.
See, I actually liked that one.
It was okay.
It was sort of different.
Yeah.
Like,
It was like Assassin's Creed 3, but just like slightly better in some aspects.
Yeah, I didn't care for
See,
3.
like, that's the thing about
I
the
didn't care
Assassin's
for
Creed
3.
games. I got 100% completion on the first Assassin's Creed game, and I just couldn't do it because it got so tedious, and I guess it kind of ruined it for me. But, like, between the Assassin's Creed 1 and 2, I know they added a lot of stuff. Between Brotherhood and Black Flag, it was debatable on whether or not, Black Flag could have been a DLC for Brotherhood. Because that's the thing, like, to me, half of the games
Black
can...
Flag?
Well, no, like, I don't remember which one it was. but-
Revelations?
Yeah, Revelation, sorry. But it's just like, to me, half of the games can pass as DLCs, and instead they're just money grabbing
Let's see, I
the fan base.
Let's see,
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed 2 I liked, like, it's my all-time favorite out of the
Like,
series.
it had the best story out
It
of
had
all
the
of them.
longest story out of all of them.
And just like...
It was
Also-
so long. I was like, Jesus, when is this game gonna be done?
Another thing about it is that it was also just really like, it pulls you in.
Yeah.
It's like, I think it's because it takes on like the role of like a younger type of like, average guy, so people can more relate
And that's
to
what they're
him.
going sort of back to in Unity, because Arno is a younger guy
And he's
who
kind
knew nothing about the Brotherhood
Yeah.
until, like,
Which
he
is-
met someone in he met him in a prison, basically.
He
he met a guy in prison, he's like, hey, you
Want to be an assassin?
Basically. He's like, yo, you want to be an assassin?
You get help.
I
Let me
knew you
stick,
did.
let me stick my dick in your butt.
This is like, I knew your dad. You want to be
Nothing
an
is true.
assassin?
Everything is permitted.
Oh, Jesus.
This only hurt a
Oh my
lot.
god. Okay, how about we go to the price? Was it worth how much you paid for it?
I got the collector's edition.
And how much
Which-
was that?
$137.
Okay. How about, let's say, of the original price, non the collectors?
Okay, the original price, the
Probably would've
$60, like,
yeah, it probably would have been $60.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have been worth it that much. Again, I still don't think games should be that much.
I think it would
Which
have
will-
been at least
we'll-
$50.
We'll always have that kind of
Right?
thing
50
towards
bucks.
it.
I would
Saying,
say $40 to $50.
well, some games are worth, I would say, could be worth on $50.
Yeah.
50 to 55.
Yeah. And some games just aren't as, worth getting, so they'd probably be put at $40 or $30 when you want to buy them. I'm not saying that when the game first comes out that's what it should be put at, because people will be hyped from the game based on their own opinions towards it.
Yeah.
So, obviously they're going to try and make the most money when it first comes out.
Yeah.
And that's just purely from a business standpoint.
They got a shitload of my money.
Yeah. That's just purely from a business standpoint. But when it comes down to it, it comes to whether it's worth buying it now or to wait. And that's what we're trying to accomplish here.
It's a good game overall, but I would wait.
Yeah.
And I guess that's just the general synopsis of all games. Basically just wait till it dies down in hype.
Except for Pokemon.
Except for Pokemon.
Except for Pokemon.
Yeah, except for Pokemon.
Except the game's already going to be about $50, and I think it's going to be more
You
than
can
what
tell that
Evan
it's
said.
a hat now.
With Pokemon, I stopped playing after Emerald. I didn't really care for the other games or anything like that because it just felt like it was getting dumb.
Yeah, for some people, it felt for most people, even me, once it jumped to Diamond and Pearl, it felt just really too different. And then 5th gen was just completely
Well,
different.
I mean, I didn't mind 4th gen. 4th gen wasn't too bad.
4th gen didn't bother me. It's just personally, I liked the Pokemon. I really liked the Pokemon. It's just the story itself, it felt like it was just a little slow. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I just found myself kind of losing interest halfway through because I just felt like not enough was happening to keep you pulled in. That's just my take on it.
That's the same thing for me, except for 5th gen. I just didn't think it was worth it past, 5th gen, 5th gen .2, I guess, for Black and White 2. It was okay. I wouldn't say it was that, it was a little mediocre, same with the 5th one. But when, X and Y came out, it completely revamped the Pokemon community and actually made people excited to play it again. And that's why I'm so pumped about, the 3rd gen remake is because it's in the same kind of way. And so it just makes it seem even better. I'd probably get it either way just because of that's my favorite Pokemon game. But
I kind of love how we just went from Assassin's Creed to Pokemon.
Oh, that's how this
Well,
game.
we
That's
went from
how a
Pokemon
podcast
to
works.
Assassin's Creed and back to Pokemon.
Well, it's
It's Pokemon.
It's Pokemon.
Everyone loves Pokemon. You're a communist if you don't. And I'm gonna die!
I didn't say I didn't love Pokemon.
He's not-
I used to,
I mean, that's
but I just kind of lost interest.
honestly, 6th gen itself, I will admit, after 5th gen, I thought, my passion for the Pokemon series was done.
same here.
But, 6th gen, it just felt... Because I felt 5th gen, they were getting too overcomplicated. Just with
Complaining
everything.
about an overcomplicated game.
Anyway, just I felt like the designs were getting overly detailed on characters. I thought stories were getting too complicated. But X and Y, I feel like they just started from scratch and just started with a really simplistic feel again. Which Matt was saying again with Call of Duty, how they're kind of, I don't want to say dumbing down, but kind of just
Sacrificing things.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And just the simplicity itself just makes it feel more playable. And that's how I felt with 6th gen, so 6th gen is what got me back into Pokemon. And
Even though he is horrible at the game.
yeah. I'm not one of those competitive players. I just I play the game, try to collect them all, not collect them all, catch them all.
Collect them all.
Collect them all.
There's a new one. Collect it
I
for my
remember
collection
in,
book.
Emerald, I would trade with Tyler from he would get on his Leaf Green,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and we would just transfer Pokemon over to Emerald, and I would raise the shit out of all his Pokemon. And he's just like, oh, I don't want them back. And I'm just like, okay, well, just keep making new games, and I'll just take all the Pokemon and raise them up to high levels. That's what we did.
Did you guys ever do the daycare glitch?
No.
No.
I did that all the time as a kid. I eventually got to the point where I had a level 100 Tyranitar, and my brother Josh was like, you have a level 100 Tyranitar, I want it. I'm like, I'm not giving this up. And he's like, what if I give you my level 50 Charizard nicknamed Aerosmith? And I'm like,
That's a horrible trade. Here, let me use Rock Slide.
I had,
let
let's
me
see,
use
out of
Rock
all
Throw
of
and
this-
kill it.
out of all of this, I had 3 Charizards, 2 Blastoise and 2 Venusaurs. Because Tyler would just start new games and give them to me. I'm just like, okay, yeah.
That's the magic of, like...
Pokemon.
That time. Because, like...
And they were in Emerald. I didn't have to...
Yeah.
We didn't trade between Fire Red and Leaf Green. It was Leaf Green and Emerald. I was
Which,
like, Jesus
yeah,
Christ,
like cross-generation trading.
Yeah.
But, like...
And I could trade him Pokemon, too.
Yeah, I know, that was... The only
was
downside
weird.
was, like, after the game...
Well, I mean, you
had to find, like, a gem to do it first. Like, after you beat the game, it's, like, in one of the 7 idols.
Gems, truly.
Idols? Islands.
idols.
The idols.
So could we get back to like Assassin's Creed?
No.
Is there anything else you want to talk about with it?
I mean, just the overall feel of
The new game?
Unity.
Oh, from what we saw earlier, some frame rate issues.
Oh, yeah.
Really bad
Yeah.
frame rate
That
issues.
really was, like,
I've been
bothering
noticing
me.
that too.
It's
And
like...
the AI
but-
has always just been...
It's just like this
Yeah.
woman is just like, I gotta get out of here.
Oh, and
it's
the
like,
camera
walks
angles.
Yeah, walks like
The camera
0.3
angles
miles
are
per hour.
still
like, if
a
I don't get out
problem
of here,
in that
I
game.
die. Walks like 2 miles an hour.
that's actually pretty fast.
Does it make sense?
Walks like 0.3 miles an hour.
Does this make sense? The camera angles have always been a problem in the games.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, some games
Because
have
they're
always-
hard to control. It's just like your
are
guy...
they worse in this game?
Not really, but they're still
What was the
about...
worst one
Hmm.
that had? Was it like Brotherhood?
Brotherhood. I can't, between like,
Either that or it was like. It was between 2 and Revelations.
2 didn't really have that bad camera angles. I think,
I think it was Brotherhood.
yeah, Brotherhood kind of had the worst camera angles.
gotta have a flaw somewhere in the game.
3... Now, 3 still didn't have the greatest camera angles, but they were better. And then Black Flag.
Black Flag had good camera angles.
Yeah, it was okay.
Like, I never had problem with,
Well, then again, most of the time you're sailing around in a fucking ship.
Yeah.
oh yeah. Yeah, the ship camera angles, like, in 3, those were awful. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just like, where are they? My sail is in the way.
Hashtag first world problems.
I can't kill people because my sail is in the way. Oh no.
Ow!
In 4, I don't know, I don't remember. It's been a while since I played 3 and 4. But, like, I honestly want to replay both of them just so I can get, like, a more solid memory on how I felt about them. All I remember is, like, 3, I really liked the beginning. It's like near the end, my interest deteriorated just a little. Because I felt like their execution with a lot
The
of the...
story got boring.
It's just,
It
yeah.
got really boring.
It started out really cool at first, and just not a whole lot happened. And then there's Achilles harassing you about the rope darts. Use the rope darts, Connor! Use the rope darts! You better get used to using those rope darts, they could save your life.
Fucking use them.
Like, just Connor is, like, in his final fight, and he's like, what do I do? And he hears this voice, it's like, Connor! Connor! Use the rope darts!
Jesus Christ, Achilles, okay.
Reminds me of the-
In the DLC for that,
yeah, Tyranny of King. I never played that. Was that good?
I didn't play it either.
Neither
But
did I.
It,
I've seen a lot of videos on it though.
and I really didn't care for it.
I honestly thought it was...
It was interesting to see what Washington would have done if he would have became a tyrant instead of
a
president. Yeah.
democratically elected president.
Yeah.
He was a tyrant. He had slaves.
Nope.
They don't tell you about that in the history books.
They don't, but
Like every president
yeah.
up to like the 5th president had slaves.
I remember in the end of 3, like, after you finish the story, it's like, oh yeah, we're fighting for our freedom. Yeah, everything's all good. And then they bring up the, they like subtly
issue
bring...
of slavery.
Like, Connor looks off and he sees, like, a family of slaves being traded off. And, like...
When did this become a history lesson?
And it's just like, what if they made another Assassin's Creed game? Honestly, that would be kind of a cool,
What, for
Type
like slavery?
yeah, like, the underground...
Slavery
underground...
is sure fun,
Dude,
guys.
they did.
They did in 4,
Oh,
Freedom
that's...
Cry.
Oh, right. Wait, Freedom Cry?
Yeah.
Freedom
Yeah,
Cry.
oh yeah, Freedom Cry. Right.
Yeah.
Oh
Where you
gosh.
play as, Adewale.
Adewale. And he looks like a badass. He goes from like, hello there, Edward. What would you
Well,
like today?
Dude, he has a machete.
Yeah, now
a
he's just
big-ass
like-
fucking machete,
it's like, I'm gonna
and-
fucking cut you.
I'll cut you so bad, you're gonna wish no cut you so bad.
It's just like, put me in chains, I dare you. But anyway, I never got to play it, but I honestly wanted to.
I played a little bit of it.
Yeah.
It was fun.
And the only other one I didn't play was Liberation. I was considering
Yeah,
buying it.
I never played that one.
Wasn't that the one where you're,
The female assassin.
It's like,
was it a DLC?
it was like wasn't it like a PSP game?
Oh yeah,
started,
it was a PSP game. Okay,
It started off as a PSP game, and then they remade it to be on console.
Alright, well, I think that's enough for Assassin's Creed now.
Yeah.
We've overstayed our welcome.
That was actually everything we had for today. Basically, we're gonna say what we always say at the end of outro, which these guys don't really know, but me and Jordan do.
What's the outro? I really don't remember.
Thank you so much for watching us.
Thank you. Hi. I mean, goodbye.
We really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch the video. We really hope this helped you in any way possible.
Thanks for watching.
If you did like the video, actually,
Sorry. If you like the video,
no, that's not where we're gonna start. Thank you so much for watching the videos. The reason we do this is to try and make you guys laugh and try to make you guys have a better day. It does really make us feel better that you guys spend time out of your day to watch, listen, and even like and comment on the videos. And we're talking about you, Tyler. So stop putting first on the video. You know who you are. You know who you are. And so, we wanted to say thank you again from the bottom of our hearts. If you like the video, go ahead, hit the like button.
or subscribe,
comment,
follow, comments. Yeah.
all that stuff. Is
Send
there
us
any
money.
last words? Anything, last you wanted to say?
Hopefully I get to do this in the future. I really like doing this with you guys.
Which we're gonna try and make sure that
Yeah.
everyone gets in.
Yeah,
The first two podcasts, we did it for ourselves just because we wanted to get the hang of it, and now that we do, we can have others come in and enjoy it as well.
I really like doing that.
Yeah. This is fun. Just speaking our thoughts about things and just throwing them out there. It just feels real good.
Jordan, is there anything else you wanted to say?
We really appreciate you guys. Like, every single view, every, one view that, I'm just throwing on some background noise. We appreciate every single one of them. We really do.
Yeah.
And we can never explain, how much, even one follower, or, if we're on YouTube, one subscriber, you guys have no idea. Even my Tumblr followers, if you're following my Tumblr, I appreciate every single one of you guys, and, I can never really...
We can't really fully express our gratitudes towards what you guys have done for us. So, we're actually going to skip Kyle, and thank you guys so much for listening to our podcast. Okay, bye!